There we go. Right, carry on.
Hey everybody,
I
are we
shall
live?
also change the layout, however, so we can see everyone's faces in horizontal fashion. There we go.
Goodness me. Well, welcome everybody. Another Social Saturday chat. It's the end of the year. I can't believe it. It's absolutely flown by. Um, and yeah, it's what, 4 days left of the year. Absolutely insane. But welcome to Social Saturday chat. I look forward to seeing where our conversation goes today. It's the um, monthly networking event as well. And I am always glad to be joined by my fellow co hosts. We've got Martha here, we've got Joel, and Felipe has joined us as well for our penultimate 2025 networking event. So if you want to come and join the conversation, Joel, if you can share the link on the LinkedIn page.
I'll
So
share it again, but I'm sure I did. But I'll share it again though.
yeah, just share it so that people can see the latest comment.
Now,
Uh,
where do I do it?
and that way we can always have you come up and join us on stage and come and tell us who you are, who you want to connect with, and always sandwich that with a fun fact. And I'm sure you'll be able to pull out at least one fun fact on the last 365 days. So um, with that, I'd love each one of my co-hosts to introduce themselves, and I'm going to introduce the one with the biggest smile on the screen right now, and that'll be Martha. Um, and you can take it. You can pass the baton afterwards. Hey, Teddy. Teddy wants to introduce himself as well. So over to you.
Hi, everybody. Teddy's begging for treats right now. Even though he just had peanut butter, he wants more treats. For friends that don't know me, welcome. I did send a couple of invites out. If you're new here, please come up, join us, come and network, make some new friends. My name is Martha. For friends that don't know me, I am the founder of Connect Impact Hub. And what we do is we go out and find resources for our house community members. And at this moment, I've been doing some volunteer work with local folks here in the community where I live, which is in Monterey, California. And if you're someone in need, for example, with resources here in the States, please feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to search for some resources for you. I'm going to pass it. Oh, and fun fact uh, Teddy got a lot of toys this Christmas. They're all over the floor right now. And yeah, he's doing a little dance right now. Say hi, Teddy. Say hi. And look at my floor. Literally all over the floor, we have toys. Teddy's toys. So that was a fun fact. I'll pass it back over to you, Mac. Okay, Teddy, hold on.
Awesome, awesome stuff. Oh, I've just had a spillage and a light drop over. That's wonderful. Um, anything can happen while you're live. Joel, over to you. Your introduction, my friend, and who you're looking at connecting with this week.
That was the world's shortest, irrelevant piece of information you've ever spoken. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Joel, and I run my own little, well, I say little, my own company, which helps change the way the world sees neurodivergent, particularly showcasing the creative side um, of everyone. Because as we know, or as some of us know, music and anything creative normally doesn't need borders and goes across every single um, language. So I'm looking to connect with anyone and everyone, and over to Felipe's picture F.
Thank you, Joel. Hi, everyone. Yes, I am not going to be on video today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Felipe Cofino. I'm a passionate HR executive, career coach, LinkedIn top voice, and most recently a children's book author. I know all four of those things don't necessarily go together, but if you want to learn more about the children's book, check it out on Amazon. Um, I am doing camera off today for two reasons. One, I said to myself, I was going to take it easy this week and just kind of relax. I'm on vacation from work, but if I'm being honest, the real reason is my poor son's girlfriend got the flu. Then he got the flu. He came home last night, threw up in the middle of the night. We all woke up to help him, and just I didn't go to sleep until 3, and then he woke me up at 6, and so it's just been a long. So I look pretty crappy right now. So I'm just gonna save you all the trauma of seeing what I look like and enjoy the networking, because you can network without cameras. It can happen, but it's always wonderful to see people's faces. So as far as today, it is just a relaxing day for us. We're just going to chill out today at home on this wonderful Saturday. And a fun fact is that I got a gift from my daughter for Christmas, and we agreed that we were going to go a little bit low key this year because she has a wedding coming up. And she gave me a gift that literally brought little tears to my eyes. I started crying a little bit. It was cufflinks for the wedding. I'm like, okay, that's so nice. But one cufflink had a picture of me holding her when she was born. The other cufflink has father of the bride and the date of the wedding. It just was a touching gift that meant a lot. I'll probably do a post about it at some point. So it was one of those very moments that, father and daughter, thing. And so, and who I'm looking to connect with, people who are passionate about just growing, reaching goals, whether it's work related or not, people who are passionate about workplace wellness and culture, and people who need help with recruitment, whether you're a business or an individual. I do own Cofino Consulting, and that's something that can help people with HR services. But I always have people to follow my YouTube page, because I do a lot of the other shows I hold with Careers, Chaos, and Coaching and Workplace Wellness Hour. They're on my YouTube page as well as LinkedIn, so check it out. With that, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Mac, and I hope you got your spillage cleaned up and nothing valuable got wet. So over to you.
It's all good. It's when you have a towering mug that's literally bigger than your head, and you can't move your hand over it swiftly. But thank goodness it has a lid on.
I would say that Kenny right now, Kenny would say that would be due to your large hands, and that's why you knocked it over.
well, there we go. Kenny, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, it wasn't a total disaster. I'm still here, and I haven't electrocuted myself, so it's a good start. So yeah, thank you so much for my co-host for the introductions. Please do make sure that you are following these wonderful people on LinkedIn. And if you're watching, just go to the page information, and it will where it says about at the top of the event while you're watching, and it will give you access to the links of all the wonderful co-hosts in this wonderful team. And we've got loads of people that have joined us. So before that, I'll just go for a quick intro. So for those of you who don't know me, Mac Laupscher, trading as the LinkedIn expert, where effectively we help you become the go-to expert in your field on LinkedIn. But I am also involved in multiple other organizations, charities, foundations, work with the wonderful Joel Felsenstein and Rockstar X, which is going to blow up in 2026. There's lots of exciting things coming. Joel, you okay then, my friend? I'm all about people, community, and leaving the world in the place that I found it. So that's my thing. Fun fact has already been shared. I create my own fun facts as I go along. I spilt as we started on the screen, but other than that, trying to think other fun facts. For those of you who don't know about this, I started my own fish channel, thanks to many people telling me that I should start sharing.
It's awesome. Check it out.
It's far from awesome, but it's a good laugh if you want to see how not to do YouTube. But I'm sharing my hobby on there and loving every minute of it. But it's it's an interesting journey. So if you love tropical fish or marine life, or just I'm a big aquatic fan, drop me a message and let me know what what you're into. But anyway, so let's get into it, folks. Wonderful to see. Who have we here? If you are watching and you haven't commented yet, just drop in and let us know where you're joining us from. The only way we can see with this wonderful LinkedIn Live who is actually in the audience is by you dropping a comment during the live event. So we have Lukuyo, am I saying that? Lukoyi Kadogo. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Omar. Yes, we did start, although I'm quite a few minutes over now. Dr. Vivian, good to have you as well. Robin Sykes, David Pushkin, Return of the Mac. Thank you very much. Yes, I have been absent for a few weeks, just looking after my health. John Werner, good to see you, my friend. Wow, Charita Yamar, Linda Mayer, Dr. Vivian Magnus, and several more as you guys are busy commenting there. I'm just refreshing my screen. The wonderful Gregory Liverpool, good to see you, my friend. And oh wow, I've missed a whole few. El Gali Eldo, good to see you. Liana Stock, Luomo. Who else? Lark is in the comments. That is great to have you here, Mark. Even with your busy life and everything else that's been happening, we are so appreciative of you being around, my friend. And the comments go on and on and on. Okay, so that's good. Welcome, everybody. If you have or are unable to join us live, drop in the comments. Who are you? What's a fun fact? And who are you looking to connect with? And if you want to be brave and come and join us up on stage and come and say hello, the link is in the comments. And feel free to come and join us here on the Riverside app. With that, I am going to ask each one of my co-hosts. I'm just going to throw them in the deep end because I can. But as December comes to an end, what are the kind of things that are coming to mind of what you want to do more of in 2026? And we'll start ladies first. Why not? Martha, over to you. What's been coming up for you?
Yeah, so what's been coming up for me is volunteering. I just got in contact just yesterday with an organization, and it went really good. So I'm looking for some advocates now locally to do some volunteering, and I'm just going to train them in the skills that I know and see if they want to come out with me and provide some support to our in-house community. So I've just been really just busy on the Nextdoor app. For folks that don't know, it's a community platform where people go. I'm so sorry. Where people go and share insights with who wants treats. Every time I'm on a live, and I wanted to stop giving them treats, but he's like a little toddler, So this platform, for friends that don't know, it's here in the US, and it's basically every community has it. You can go on there if you're needing some support or you're looking for a job or you're providing services. It's a great platform to connect with. And so that platform, I come across a lot of unhoused folks, so I've just been providing help there. Sorry, I'll be back.
Mac, you're on mute again, my friend.
I'm so sorry about that. This child.
That's okay.
No wonder Martha didn't hear what I was saying. I was saying
Mac was on for like 30 seconds there.
User error, folks. If I can do this, anybody can. So Martha, I was saying Teddy definitely is barking for screen time. MacGyver's exactly the same. The moment I jump on a phone call, he wants to get involved. He'll be quiet the whole day, not say a thing. The moment I jump on a call or I'm on a live, that's when he wants to get involved. He doesn't want to be left out.
Very true.
Amazing. Was there anything else you wanted to add on there, Martha, before you step away again?
No, this little boy just keeps coming over here now. I'm gonna have to go sit on the floor
It's all good.
so I can
It's
get
all
him
good.
on. I can get him
Before
on live.
all good. So we're going to go around the house and go through the co-host quickly just to share their thoughts on that question. And then I see the wonderful Gregory Liverpool has jumped on stage, so we will come to you in a second, my friend. Good to have you. Joel, what's come to mind for you for 2026? What's the big thing that you want to do more of in 2026?
More speaking, more speaking, more music, more opportunities to actually go places and really expand, not just to Florida, but everywhere, really.
Awesome stuff, my friend. Well, I know we're kicking off 2026 with a big bang. Going out to the US again. So make sure that you are following, staying in touch, checking out the Rockstar X page so you can know about all the updates and reach out if you want to
Also,
connect.
Mac, this time we are actually we're not, but our American team are organising an event.
Well, we're attending. We're attending. I hope they invite
That's
us.
all we can do. That's all we can officially do.
As long as we get an invite, that's all good. That's what it's all about, man. Teamwork. Felipe, my friend, what are what's coming for you for 2026? What do you want to do more of?
So, you all know I talk about goals a lot, and I started thinking about my goals usually at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So by October, before Halloween, I usually write things down, and by December, I have a better idea. So, and my goals are, I don't overcomplicate it, you all. I try to keep the goals under three categories: health, wealth, and happiness. Those are my three categories. So under the health, this year I did exercise, but I didn't exercise consistently. And so I know what exercises I liked. I know what I did well, and I know what worked. So I just need to do that consistently, and I'm on good track. So I'm leveling up the exercise. Happiness, I want to finish the children's book for the second children's book for my son and the cat, and put out the one in Spanish that's ready to go. And also just find better times, quality time with my family. And then as far as wealth, it's about, I have my focus, my Food Base 5 focus for this year for LinkedIn. I have my work focus, PRB, of what my priorities are this year. And then for Cofino Consulting, I have some areas there as well. So I've really just broken it down those three areas. And then under those three areas, it's the how am I going to do it? Sometimes it's just rinse and repeat. Other times it's taking the extra step forward. But don't wait for January 1st, because then you get the whole stigma of like, oh, did you do your New Year's resolution? Start it now so that you hit the ground running on New Year's Day. Even if you're a little hungover, if you did 5 minutes of exercise, you can check it off and say you did it. Okay.
Trying to find that mute button. It's so important. Felipe, you're always sharing about goal setting, mindset, and all these great things. And it's always the simple stuff that we need to be doing. But a lot of us set ourselves up for failure so easily. So I don't know about yourselves. We haven't got our topic for the first week of January yet, if I'm correct. And I think it would be good to discuss how to not set yourself up for failure.
I love that. I think it's a great topic.
Thank you. I will schedule that in. I'll schedule that in straight away after this one.
Good stuff. Good
Look
stuff.
how excited Joel is. He has a topic for. But one thing I will say, Mac, real quick before we go to Gregory, is with your goals, the most important thing that I learned this year was to respect my own boundaries. An example right now was I said I was going to take it easy this week. The normal Felipe would have gotten up, gotten ready, gotten camera ready, gotten on the camera. No, I said I was going to take it easy. I'm going to take it easy. If I'm going to say I'm going to do something consistently, I'm going to follow through with it. So it's about holding yourself accountable and not violating your own boundaries. So I just want to remind people of that.
Well, I think when you say that, I think for a lot of people it may have come across as a foreign concept, and not understanding what do you mean by boundaries, because a lot of people in the last couple of months when I've been talking to people about, looking after themselves and setting clear boundaries, were confused. They were like, what do you mean? It's like, is it okay? Like, isn't that a bit harsh for me to set boundaries? Like,
people think it's rude. Yeah, people feel like it's rude. They're afraid.
and I think that's one of the things that we really, it's important to have a conversation around, about the fact that it's okay to set boundaries, and it's actually vital to set boundaries, because it's like, in business, we qualify people in and or out of whether they are a prospect for us. But we don't put those same boundaries and qualifications in when it comes to our own personal health, our mental health, our well-being. So it's really important, I think, that we kick off that and have that conversation as well. So, if that's something that resonates with you while you're listening, please chime in, drop it in. I see we've had a few other people. Meryl Cass, my good friend. Yes, I didn't unmute for a while. I don't know if it was 25 minutes. Was that like... but hopefully you enjoyed my
Well, more like 25 seconds.
Well, I've spoken more today than I've probably spoken in several days. So my voice feels like it's going already. Excuse me. But with that, Gregory, my friend, welcome to the stage. You know the drill, my friend. Introduction. Who are you? What's that fun fact? And who are you looking at connecting with today?
Hello from a snowy Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It is, and just on cue, that's my chime clock in the background. So basically, it's giving Mac probably a good representation of Big Ben in London, England, basically. So, yeah. So I am a 6-year HR professional, a neurodiverse protagonist personality. So I am a very unique human. Your canary in the coal mine HR. A fun fact is that I did this on Christmas Day. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Shaved it all off on Christmas Day, basically. So, yeah. So that's my... Oh, nice. Right on. Bite the power. So, yeah. So that's a fun fact. I can basically do my own barbershop stuff on my own since when we had the COVID pandemic. And one thing I'm basically looking forward in 2026 is, I will say, made it kind of like my taste mission to listen to a lot more HR industry type of podcasts on Spotify, on YouTube, all that type of stuff, in regards to what's going on with the profession and industry per se. In terms of that nature, as well as basically, I will say, keep my momentum going forward. I basically hit a milestone in terms of impressions, in terms of my post per se. I hit it. I had a goal of around 40,000 impressions in terms of my content, and I'm around over 41,000 as of right now, with a 12,000 membership reach, which is, I will say, kind of very, very interesting. That's basically the size of, just a little bit under the size of everybody watching a hockey game for the Winnipeg Jets Hockey Club. Felipe will know that. Go Jets go, basically, in regards to that nature. So that's one of my things is in regards to 2026, because I will say that the industry is going through a lot of changes, and I think that we are going to see a industry professionalism reset of the industry per se, because I think there's two networking events in my local area one coming up next month, middle of the month, and then another one in February. And I think that there's going to be a lot of conversation, discussions in terms of in the words of a sports broadcaster that I know by the name of Miss Daniel Friesen, who does CFL games, which is North American football, but in a Canadian type of way. He has a phrase called what are you thinking, or in terms of that extravagant type of voice. And I think that we're going to have a good, thoughtful type of discussions in terms of where we need to go in terms of profession, because the profession has been getting a lot of bad publicity in regards of stuff that's on LinkedIn, which I do not want to go on in this form regalia. That will be a different thing for a different show. So
All good.
it's in regards to that nature.
Gregory,
so,
who are you looking at wanting to connect with this year, though?
Beg your pardon?
Who are you looking to connect with at this point?
I'm looking to connect with
Specific.
I will say HR professionals, because I will say, to me, what we're going on right now in terms of community as a whole, in terms of what happened this past month per se, more HR professionals and have those type of conversations in terms of where we need to go and stuff. Because to me personally, I'm seeing, I could see 2026 could be the precursor of a major type of reset within the profession, and it could go into 2027 and 2028, because I will say people like me and Joel are going to be people like me and Joel, who are much more younger Gen Z, are uberly more neurodiverse and neurotypical than ever before. 53% of Gen Zs are being diagnosed, which means that's basically your next workforce, your next talent source. And if people don't want to go on that train to attract and retain talent of that type of juncture per se, we're going to have major generational impacts, which we will never, and I mean ever, recover in the near future. It'll take basically, I will say, probably half centuries or maybe a full century to ever recover the damage per se. So
I think you need to be having a live where you have a discussion with your peers about that as a topic, my friend.
Yeah, because I just got my LinkedIn from LinkedIn had those type of reviews,
Spotlight review,
Spotify reels and stuff, and my sector was basically a catalyst, which basically means I bring in ideas that should be talked about, and let the conversation grow and breathe and stuff. So so that's
amazing,
so, and that was my LinkedIn, my Spotify review by LinkedIn and stuff, and I'm basically a catalyst and stuff, and that's probably very neurotypical in that type of sense, because we see a different side that no one cares to see. And I could basically, Joel will co-sign that type of point of view per se. So yeah.
Well, I look forward to receiving the link when you have that event go live, my friend. And
that's what I'm planning to do. I'm thinking this. Good thing that I have to make a major purchase to get that set up per se, which means is a whole new computer and stuff, because it looks like the general consensus is you can't do live events on a tablet because you're uberly confined on a whole different types of gadgets and everything of that
Yeah, a lot
nature
of
and stuff. So
the
yeah,
platforms need an official laptop or desktop
Yeah.
with the power to support it.
yeah,
But I wish you luck with that. I'm conscious of time. We've got 21
Yeah.
minutes left.
Yeah.
Lots of comments that we've
Hey,
got to go
David,
through. Thank you so
what's
much.
shaking?
Hey, David, my friend, how are you? I was just going to read out your comment, but instead we have the live version right here. So, David, welcome to the conversation, my friend. How are you on this wonderful Saturday? You know the drill. Mike's yours. We can hear you loud and clear.
Hmm?
Yep.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep. Got you.
Okay. Yeah, Riverside is, it's an interesting little app to use with accessibility. Okay, I'm on live. Happy Saturday. We got in. It's all so good. It's like, anyway, how is everybody? Hope everybody's good. Who am I? Who am I? For those friends, patrons, and all other fun people who do not know who I am David Pushkin, public sector leader with over 20 years experience. That's the 9 to 5. What I am is a disability, accessibility, lover of all those things. And I'm just my fun fact. What's my fun fact this week? Christmas was interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a fun fact apart from I am a fun fact. I am the funnest fact I know. It's probably is that I can tell you I can tell you I can tell you a relevant story and 20 minutes later loop back to the same thing. I'm all about storytelling and how people still put up with me. I'm amazed. Who am I looking to connect with? Anyone, as I said in my text, anyone in the disability professional space, anyone who's in the accessibility space, because I think, accessibility benefits everybody. And if you're looking for someone to do some voiceover work, I'm also interested in that as well. But, come and say hello. You know, I'm always open to any conversation. You are talking to LinkedIn's unofficial top voice. Can I say that? Yeah, I can say that. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Tally ho and all that good stuff. Tally ho.
For those of you that are in the know when it comes to the UK, then yeah, you'll understand. David, I think at the end of the day, you could read the phone book and we'll carry on listening, my friend.
Exactly, as it should be, as it should be.
As it should be. I love it. I take your comments on board about accessibility for this platform. It is something that we are considering because it hasn't quite been the experience I was anticipating from an ease of use perspective for LinkedIn specifically. It's got a lot of pros, but I'm starting to think about how it impacts us in 2026. So we will have a review of the platform that we're using, purely to make it more engaging and keep our wonderful people engaged. And it's got to be accessible. It's got to be easy. This is a very, I don't know what your thoughts are, David, but very fiddly.
Yeah. It's with a screen reader. I mean, somehow I've managed to turn the microphone on, but it's generally. But look, it's all about the adventure and the journey. Look, you've got to try new things. You got to try and see what happens. You're gonna, as they say, to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. Things are gonna happen. You got to try some things. It might not always go right. It might, but the main thing is that you try. You got to try and just keep encouragement from it, and that's the main thing. Yeah. It might not always work, but you got to at least give it a try. you know, you got to shoot the shot. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, my friend. And anything else that you want to add? I did ask the co-host earlier, and I know Gregory answered this question as well. What do you want to do more of in 2026?
Similar to Joel, mate. Public speaking, getting out there, getting the message, networking, being around people, seeing what people are about. Everybody has everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got value and worth. You just got to work out what it is. And it's all about having that conversation. We're in a digital landscape right now. But right now, we need to be more in belonging. We need more spaces for people just to genuinely be in conversation and belong. And that's one of the things I'm looking to do.
Good.
Genuinely reach out to people. Like, as I said, no matter where you are, if it's Aberdeen, Abu Dhabi, everybody, we're all humans, and we've got a lot to contribute, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. I think with our digital space and where everything is moving, people are longing for that personal connection. So I think 2026 is going to be an interesting opportunity to watch the landscape, because I think those people that are going to become too generic and too AI dependent will kind of disappear into obscurity, if that makes sense. And those people that still have that story, that personal touch, and using those wonderful tools to elevate that as opposed to replacing them will stand out.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Like I said, the main thing is like we're going into a new year, everybody's staying encouraged. That's what's really important. At times we're just in greatness. As I was saying on Houston's show a couple of weeks back, I'll leave you with this. Turbulence is the price you pay when you fly high. If you want to go for greatness, things will get a little bumpy. Just remember, you've got people who are going to support you, and that's what it's all about. And this is another great space for that. My kudos to the Social Saturday Chat gang. You guys are doing great things. And you're going to continue to do great things in 26, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Well, thank you for always supporting and being that. How do you put it? The chief encouragement officer, as it is on LinkedIn. It's well needed, and it's great to have people like you as part of our inner circle, as it were.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good man. Well, listen, we've got loads of comments that I want to work through because a lot of people are sharing in the comments. So Tom Hudson has said that Tom is an online functional health coach from the UK, and he's looking to support your health and wellness, not only in the new year, but for the rest of your life. So we also deliver for businesses and support. So Tom, you've shared what you do, but we haven't got a fun fact in there, my friend. The rules are the rules. We need a fun fact. So drop that in. We'd love to hear that, and also who you are looking at connecting with generally. Then we have, please let me know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Lukoye says, hi, everyone. This is Lukoye John from Kenya. So, I mean, I just love our LinkedIn Social Saturday Chats, because we have people from all corners of the earth that are joining us and always do. So, thank you so much for joining us. Let us know who you're looking at connecting with and what's your fun fact. Merrill has said that he's finished pinging invitations. I don't know how that guy does it, but his fingers must be raw from all the LinkedIn lives that he supports and the invitations he sends out. But he says he's now fully engaged, live from the northern New Jersey, where we are digging out from under our most significant snowfall since 2022. Merrill, I think you need to hit the reply to that and just send us some images of outside and what's going on. Because as you may be aware, here in the UK, if we have even a sight or view of some snowflakes heading towards the ground, it's chaos. People can't drive. They don't want to go anywhere. Trains shut down. The world comes to a standstill over here. And I love seeing, how the real world copes with what we call real snow in other parts of the world. Karen, welcome, Karen Centenaro. Thank you for joining us. Zara, always good to see you, my friend. Please introduce yourself in the comments, share a fun fact and who you're looking at connecting with, because just because you show up all the time, I don't want people to miss out on connecting with some of these wonderful community members that have been supporting us, some of you right since the beginning. So looking forward to hearing from you there. Kenny, Kenneth, yourself as well, my friend. Good to see you in the audience there. I'm not going to read out your comments because it'll just make me blush. Then looking forward to Lukoya Shea from the city in the sun in Nairobi. Looking forward to the best 2026 in molecular diagnosis using iPhone as a molecular real-time PCR for screening and diagnosis of infectious diseases at the point of care. That is insane, cutting-edge medical technology. Healthcare is a great mess with pulverized regions in Africa, and I will be much humbled if any person can link me in the field and perhaps leading me to a PhD studentship or scholarship. Interesting. The man is wanting to change the world and medical technology. That is incredible. So please do go and connect with him. Thank you for sharing that. We have Mike LeBlanc. Greetings, Social Saturday chatters. Always good to have you, my friend. Thank you for sharing. Please, for those people that don't know you, go and drop in the comments that introduction, fun fact, and then also it looks like we're all off screen. So today is audio only. I'm loving this. Look after your mental health. You do not have to get on screen if you don't feel up to it. And I don't believe that Felipe can ever not look good on screen. I've met him in person finally, and I think he's just being humble because with those shades
I would scare the crap out of people right now, trust me.
I don't believe you, Felipe. I don't believe you. So who else we got here? We got Jeffrey, we got Sharik Ismail. Knowledge can surface without without a conscious source. I like that. Tom Cullen, welcome. We've got so many. Jay Pasqua's in the comment. Mac, do they still make phone books? I'm sure they do. Purely for nostalgia and paperweights. But actually, that's a good question. I haven't seen one in a couple of decades, to be fair. Who else do we have here? Sean Highland, happy Saturday. Good to see you, my friend. Wow. So, folks, there's a ton of you out there. Drop in the comments. What's 2026? What are you excited about for 2026? How can we help you in 2026? So with that, I've been hearing far too much of my voice. So I'm going to pass the mic briefly to Felipe, just to kind of add anything else in that you think that we should, talk about and consider in the last 8 minutes of our last event for 2025.
I can say a lot in 8 minutes. Before I say anything, I do want to remind people that if you're not following the Social Saturday chat page on LinkedIn, do me a favor and go to our page and hit follow, and then hit the little bell on the top right-hand corner of the screen so you get notified of all the events that we do here every Saturday, but also the events that the other co-hosts do throughout the week. And if you want to follow us on your favorite podcast, go ahead and do a search. We're on there as well, and you can check out some more past episodes. But this networking event, I mean, look, I think it's important because we do learn from each other. We get ideas for goals from each other. You brought up AI earlier, Mac, and one of the things that I think is important, I have AI as one of my goals. This year, I had created policy around AI at work. I've done training for my staff at AI at work. I have created guidelines and some prompts and some chats for people to share ideas with. But I need to level up this year. And here's the thing. If you're going to use AI as a shortcut, right there's your mistake. It's going to save you time, but don't look at it as a shortcut. Look at it as how can you level up and save time with other things so you can focus on leveling up. And I think that's important with any goal is it a new goal or are you trying to improve what you're already doing? And I think, there's very different goals. And people forget to improve on what they're already doing. The concept of if it's not broke, don't fix it. That worked really well back in the 1940s, but stuff is changing way too fast nowadays. Technology, new iPhones are popping up every year. I mean, your iPhone's obsolete within 3 years. That means that what you're doing might need to be updated, enhanced, maybe a facelift, whatever that looks like. And that's a really good goal to have is how can I improve on what I'm already doing to stay relevant? And I think that's an important thing to remember is with AI, that's your opportunity is how can I use it to learn new skills? Because everyone's going to be using it. And here's the last thing I'll say. Maybe your goal is I've never touched AI yet. That's okay. You're not alone. Make your goal to play with it for 10 minutes a day or even 5 minutes a day and ask it questions, have it come up with recipes, have it plan your vacation, have it give you ideas of what to do with your children during a holiday break because your mind's going nuts and they want to play all the time and you have no ideas left and you're about to cry, whatever the case may be, So with that, I think I'm going to pass it over to Martha to see if she has any last words of wisdom around plans for 2026. But what I will say is this. Keep your goals 3 to 5 goals maximum. Don't overdo it. And if they're too big, break them down to smaller goals. Maybe you do part of the goal this year and the other half next year. That's okay. If you don't overdo it and burn yourself out, you enjoy your accomplishments and the goals and you have a much better year. Because whenever you say, I didn't make my goals, that's a negative. You're sad. You made your goals. I've never heard anyone say, damn it, I made my goals. I'm so upset. No, you get satisfaction, you get confidence, and you get encouragement out of it. So I'm going to pass it over to Martha and to share her final thoughts. Over to you.
Thank you, Felipe. Great advice on goals and AI. As you were talking, I was just thinking too about taking care of your health. I know we briefly talked about it. I know we'll be talking about it next event. But for me, 2026 definitely my mental health journey and exercising. That's part of 2026, and being very affirmative when it comes to decision making. Um, Assertive is the word that I want to use. Assertive and factual with information that I'm getting from outside sources. So definitely gaining more knowledge as far as attending more conferences. I started picking that up these last couple months while I've been working on my health journey. And it's been very nice to be able to connect with folks that are not on LinkedIn and get to invite them to come and join LinkedIn and to connect with this wonderful community that we're all a part of. So if you friends here that are listening, please feel free to share the invites, and connect. You just never know. Maybe there's an opportunity that's open somewhere and you may know the person that's hiring. And guess what? There's John Doe here in the audience who's needing a job, word of mouth. It spreads. So, that's how we all can help one another. So yeah, 2026 is I'm looking forward to 2026. I cannot wait to be done with 2025 actually. It's been a long year. And I'm excited for 2026. I'll pass it over to
love that
Joel.
tip. Before you go to Joel real quick, I just want to say I love that tip you gave about health. That's such an important thing. And I just want to remind people, one thing I want you to walk away with, if you don't remember anything else I said, remember this: with anything you're going to be doing, ask yourself, what am I going to do today differently? Don't ask yourself, why did I do this yesterday? Why did I do this last month? Why didn't I do this yesterday? No, don't talk about the past. What are you doing today? And ask
Yeah.
yourself that and take action.
And
All right,
and
sorry, Joel.
before it's
Oh,
okay. Before we go, yeah, one last thing. Sorry. It's also you're on your own journey. So do not compare your life to anyone else's life. You're on your own journey. You know, I've seen people in their 80s going back to college to get their degrees, you know, people that are changing their careers later in life. You know, you're on your own journey. So enjoy it, embrace every moment. That would be my last input. Okay, I'll pass it over. Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, Joel.
No problem, Martha. I was just writing anyway. I'm just looking forward to the entire year. Really, beginning of the year we'll see we'll see exciting stuff for both for me and Mac as well, and also Rockstar X as a whole. Also, at some point, hopefully, whenever I've got the money to finally put my music out there, it will be available. First of all, I need to register copyright before I do that kind of thing, so I'm protected on all angles. And my birthday's next Friday, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So I look forward to seeing you all next week as well in New Year. Mac?
Well, I think, hold on, I'm going to put my camera back on and just look people in the eye. We are definitely going to make sure that we are celebrating your birthday next Saturday here on Social Saturday Chat. Joel, you have to show up with a birthday hat, my friend.
he said birthday hat, not birthday suit.
No, thank you. I'm good with just a birthday. I mean, not with just a birthday hat, with that as an additional. I'm too visual, Felipe. You just.
Yeah. Sorry, I put that in your head there. Sorry about that.
Oh, goodness me. But yeah, I mean, I just want to echo everything everybody said. And Martha, it's not the last thing you're going to say. You're just pausing for now. We are very excited about 2026. We are going to be changing our structure a little bit. One of the things that we will be doing and want to be doing in 2026 is having once a month having a guest speaker on that can deliver some value to each one of you. So if you know some influential thought leaders out there that you'd love to hear about and you want to suggest people that we interview and we have as a guest on our Social Saturday I can't even speak, Social Saturday Chat, please drop those in the comments or tag them or just DM us and let us know. But we want to step it up and bring even more value in 2026. And there's some exciting things that we want to bring you, and we want to make sure that 2026 is bigger and better than the last 4 years have been. Can you believe it? Coming up to 4 years in June. And this team has had my back, in times where I'm struggling with both my physical and mental health over the last few years. And, it's just beautiful to have the community that we have here on Social Saturday Chat. And those of you that show up week in, week out, and make us laugh and bring incredible value and great questions. So please, just be good to yourselves, put yourselves first. As they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I'm looking forward to really serving everybody in a much bigger and better way in 2026. And I think that's pretty much it. We are at the end of the hour. just past it. But I want to thank everybody for showing up in 2025. Those of you that have sent us messages behind the scenes, those of you that have sent out invites and messages, like, you know, the infamous Merrill, who I still don't know. I think he's developed an app that gets him out of there, and messaging so many people and inviting people all over the place. I'm waiting for the Merrill Cash show so that I can, you know, show up on there and support him. So hopefully we'll see that in 2026, Merrill, and every single one of you that you know, come in and drop those little nuggets. And even if you just come in and say hi, the fact that you're showing up and supporting us and listening, and that we, you know, hopefully bring something worth listening to you, is always incredible. And Felipe, your face has changed a lot, my friend. You are looking rough. Hey,
I need a haircut. All right, I need a haircut.
Oh,
I told you
man.
I didn't look good today. I told you I was being very rough.
Well, rough, you know the spelling on that one, by the way. Oh, Copper is gorgeous. You know, and I think we need to have a dedicated animal show next week. Sorry, not next week, next year, so that, you know, we can show up with all our loved pets, whether they be dogs or fish or anything else. Although I probably, in fact, I'll try and do a Social Saturday chat in front of one of my fish tanks in the future, so that you can just have that calming, you know, stuff happening behind me. But I want to wish every single one of you an amazing rest of 2025, and yeah, take some time out, be good to yourselves, and I look forward to catching up with all of you in 2026.
Adios, everyone. Have a great New Year's and be safe.
Cheers, everybody. Love to all.
See you next year.
Bye.